Good evening, everybody. Normally don't videotape late at night. I was going to tell you like a story, a scary story, but I decided not to. I'll just wait on that. I'm all tuckered out on telling stories about things that have happened to me in my past. You know what I mean? And it's not that I want to go to the past, not that I want to live in the past. They're just really interesting stories that have happened to me along the way that sometimes I just share it with people just to see, some people might have something in common with it. Some people can relate to it. Some people can't. Some people hate it. Some people talk shit. I really don't care. But I'm tired of being, I see my videos and I see how serious I come out. Like I hardly smile. I don't, just look so strict and so uptight. And in reality, I'm like the total opposite of that. And so I wanted to show a different side or just let you know that, just because I have that resting bitch face, that little attitude and feistiness. I mean, I am feisty by nature. Most redheads are. Um, what else? But I was listening to somebody's reading and it cracked me up. I mean, sometimes I just be cracking up at all the stuff that I hear. Some of it is true, some of it isn't. Little bits and pieces. Sometimes they almost have the story, but not quite. And I give them that credit for that, for trying. I could tell the really good ones from the ones that are just bullshitting out there. Stories, about the twin flames and about the collective and the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Until recently, I didn't even know about that shit, to be honest with you. I used to listen to horoscopes and I used to pay attention to readings and stuff like that. Always fascinated because I'm a Scorpio. So I would always read the paper of the Scorpio horoscope and things like that, right? But I never really got into it till recently. Like I want to say about 6-7 months ago is when I really got into it because some girl had told me some BS, and I think she was a witch at the time, or I don't know if she still is, but she had mentioned to me that somebody in my family was going to go to prison for a long time and that I was going to be surprised when I find out the truth on who was behind it and this and that. So I was really upset with her because I told her she was full of shit, right? I felt like she was trying to manifest something. And in reality, it happened. I had lost contact with my son. And then 2-3 months later, I found out what had happened, and I was just, I can't explain to you. I was just, my heart broke. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then I was really angry at her because I felt like she was messing with my head. And she kept saying that she was divine feminine and that she was this and she was that. And I was like, well, so what? I don't care. Who cares, But when she would describe what the divine feminine was, I felt like I could relate to it. So I thought, well, there's a lot of us out there that are this. I mean, every female could be this, right? If they're awakened and if they pay attention close enough and if they work on themselves and they work on, like they say, shadow work, your dark side, then you can probably, become a divine feminine. So I know I was upset about it and I ignored it and I got mad because I thought that tarot card reading was for the devil and that it was evil and this and this and that, right? But I mean, in the Bible, it tells you that Jesus was considered a witch. He was considered a magician. He was, he had everything. And so people they talked bad about him. They didn't really know him, and they didn't understand it because he was way above and beyond their mental intelligence, I should say. They were not ready for Jesus and his intelligence. Let's just put it that way. And so, that's the whole moral of the story. Oh, so then this is how I found myself into the tarot card reading. I was like, well, Bible says this and blah, 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 right? But I thought to myself, but for some reason I'm led, something keeps this encouragement, I go with my gut always, and my gut keeps telling me that I need to pay attention, right? There's something going on in my life and I couldn't figure it out, like something's wrong, My family completely disowned me. I can't be that bad of a drug addict to the point where they want nothing to do with me, So I started, what's the word for it? Investigating, I guess. My mom always said I was nosy, that I was always the type of kid that had to know everything that was going on in the room. I always studied people, watched their behaviors, their mannerisms, stuff like that, because I was raised in a really abusive environment, lots of violence. So when I would see a kind person come over to our house, of course I was intrigued by that behavior because I'm like, wow, that who is that? Or really, there's people like this that exist. There's personalities, there's character that are actually kind and loving and genuine and really, really mean it. You know what I mean? As a kid, I would think like that, and I would be drawn to those people because in reality, they had more Christ intentions and characteristics, and I loved it. And so I always try to follow that kind of behavior. And I tried to be around people more like that. Most of my friends were really good friends that I have like 5 or 6 good friends that I went to school with since young to we were high school. We don't talk anymore. We don't really see each other because our lives led us separate. You know, within husbands and children and stuff like that. We've lost contact. I'm sure if I run into them or see them again, we would connect like we never stopped connecting. You know, like we were always there. We could pick up a conversation like it just happened yesterday. I have good friends like that. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to them in years, like more than 10 years probably at least, or even more. We lost contact. And I haven't really reached out to anybody because I was ashamed of myself for a long time because of my drug habit and because I was going down, I was spiraling downhill instead of uphill. I wasn't keeping up with the Joneses. I was keeping up with the addicts on the fucking corner of the street. And I was more occupied about scoring something around the corner than trying to keep up with the Joneses with the badass vehicles and the badass houses and the badass clothes. Even though I was married to somebody who made 6 figures at the time, had a good job. He's a genius for the government, Department of Defense, nuclear engineer / computer programmer. The one that put the life insurance on my ass. The one who manipulated my children against me. That one. Anyways, so what I'm trying to tell you is I have a really good sense of humor. I laugh at myself constantly because I'm a goofball. And I admit it. I don't care. I am, what's the word for it? I'm constantly, I was about to stutter. I'm constantly tripping over my own feet. My shoes either are too big sometimes or I just walking too fast, not paying attention. My mind's always somewhere else. It's always racing. And so I fall all the time. Luckily, I've only broken my kneecap one time. And I've not broken it. Oh, and I broke a toe because somebody stepped on it on purpose. Broke my toe. I broke a finger playing softball because I was a softball player for like from the age of 8 till I was 18. That was the only thing that I looked forward to get out of the house, the abusive house. Even though my dad would get kicked out by the referee, the umpire would kick my father out every time we had a game because he'd come obliviated drunk and start yelling at me, "Come on, don't strike out! Oh, you're so stupid!" Like he'd be screaming shit in the stadium or in the whatever you call it, in the seating area, and he would embarrass the shit out of me, and I'd be so humiliated. And when they would throw him out of the game, I'd get so happy because I wouldn't have to hear him yelling at me from the back of the fence right here, you know, by the catcher and the ump. Even the ump got tired of hearing him yelling at me. You know, it was just abuse. But you have to have a sense of humor about abuse. You cannot always take it so serious what happened to us in our childhood, in our childhood wounds. Yes, they were painful. Yes, we learned. Yes, there were lessons, blah, 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 blah. But the point is not to get stuck on it and not to grow anger, bitter, hate towards them. You got to forgive people. Unfortunately, we have to forgive them. I know it sucks, but we have to. So my point is we can't stay stuck in those flashbacks that come to our minds every once in a while. And we're like, damn, I remember when so-and-so did, you know, that mother, you know, you start thinking shit, you know. I've come a long way because let me tell you, man, I used to be cursing people out like a motherfucker. But it took me a long time to forgive people. And I'm probably without realizing that I was sending my anger, even though I wouldn't express it, was still not good, right? Because I'm sure people felt it or still things happened to them, you know? Because even though I didn't know how to use my words and I didn't speak curses to people or spells, I would be like, damn, you know, that person, one day they're going to feel it. You know, in my mind, I would say that. They're going to know. So I have to catch myself because at times I slip because I get caught in the moment and in the action and in the situation and in the experience and all that crap. And my emotions take the best of me and take over sometimes. And I have to catch myself and realize, what the hell are you saying? What the hell are you doing? You know, like I'm constantly criticizing myself. I talk to myself. Yes, I answer to myself. So people think I'm crazy, but I don't really care. Well, when you've been alone for so long, I mean, I talk to God and people think that, I mean, I can see them saying why I talk to myself. Uh, I talk crap to YouTube and they make me mad. Some people make me mad. I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. But then I catch myself, you know? My point is that I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Nobody should be scared to approach people. The last thing I want is for people to be scared to approach me because they don't know how I'm going to fly off the handle or I'm going to be this or that, you know? The thing is that I handle everything the way it's presented to me. So if you present yourself as a good person, then I'm going to be a good person. If you present yourself as talking shit to me, well, I'm going to talk shit right back. I mean, it's only obvious, right? It's only fair. I mean, we all have that kind of attitude. We all have that personality. Sometimes I have to bite my lip, bite my tongue many times and hold it in. Sometimes it's really hard, but I'm getting good at it because I know I don't need to be in that fight or flight mode. I don't need to worry about being attacked or kidnapped or whatever the hell these people want me to live in fear anymore. It can go to hell. Screw that shit. I stopped feeling like that a long time ago. I'll be damned if somebody's going to mess with my peace and my happiness and my abundance and my prosperity. I'll be damned if somebody thinks they're going to come around and try to put fear into my life. I don't think so. It'll be the other way around. They don't even know. You understand? But I won't have to do nothing. It'll just happen. It's just karma. It's just God's way of protecting his children, you know? It's having faith. A lot of faith. That's all I can tell you. So, I want people to know that I'm always laughing, having a good time, enjoying whatever God gives me, whatever comes my way. I try to make the best of it, like a child does. When the child's just learning everything for the first time, you know, they come out to the world. They're about 3 or 4 years old, and everything's fascinating. Everything's new. Everything's exciting. They want to touch everything. They want to grab everything. They want to put in their mouth everything. Oh, I don't go that far, but you know what I'm saying. And so people ask these crazy questions. Okay, so this is why I'm talking about this late at night because children shouldn't be watching this, and I'm going to make sure that it's not rated for under 18 because we might talk a little dirty. Anyways, what I'm trying to tell you is they're like, did she ever let her hair down? Is she like so uptight like that? I wonder how the collective or divine feminine acts when she's with a relationship, when she's around a man or blah, 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 blah. Well, I learned this a long time ago, right? You know that people make fun of nerdy people and blah, 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 blah. But I've come across quite a few smart men. And they're the most freakiest men in bed. That's all I got to tell you. So I'll leave it at that. So because your mind's very exploring, you know, you explore, you think about, you think I don't fantasize, you think I don't think about things. I mean, I'm not dead. And I sure the hell ain't like stale or unwilling to let my guard down when it comes to somebody I care about or somebody I'm going to be wholeheartedly involved with. Now, am I easy? Hell no. You should know that by now. I am not an easy lay or somebody you can just come and think you're going to go and then take off. No, I ain't that one. I'm more like in between Elizabeth Taylor and I don't know who else. Where Elizabeth Taylor made them marry her before she ever give it up. I don't know if it would be that bad, but it would take a while for me to give up my sexual experience with somebody. To make love to somebody would take a while for me. I'm not saying it would take a year or 2 or 10 years. It could take a few months, a few weeks, depending how comfortable I am, depending the vibe I get. And if I really feel like the connection is worth it, and I feel like the connection is something that I will pursue or really care about, because I'm all about the heart. I'm all about love. So you can imagine, I have to be completely, not only mainly attracted to you internally, like your personality, your character, because of the fact that you have to have a sense of humor for me, man. You have to have a sense of humor. You cannot be as uptight because I like to let loose, you know, like just because you see me on these videos and all that, I'm always like stern, but it's because I'm explaining what happened to me with the courts and the situation and how I've been backstabbed and blah, 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 blah. So it comes out like a serious person's attitude. But in reality, I'm the opposite. I try to have fun. I try to like make fun of everything that I do and enjoy whatever I learn. So for me to be with somebody who has to have a character, I mean, I would love somebody intelligent, but I don't want a rocket scientist, somebody who works for NASA or something like that, or Stephen Hawkins, or something like that, you know. But if he's fine, well then yeah, I'll take him. No, I'm just kidding. Intelligence is important, and personality wise, laughing, joking, being able to be myself and relax, and for them to feel relaxed and be themselves with no judging, no making fun of you, no saying things and bringing stuff up from your past to throw in your face, to think that you're winning or you're like competitive. I hate men who compete with women. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't compete with a woman, and vice versa. Okay, and I have men that are constantly competing with me when it comes down to clothes, uh, topics of conversation, when it comes to sex, when it comes to comparing me to other women. It's just ridiculous. I don't play that game, and I'll be out the door so fast. Like I know the signs, I know the signals, and so I'm not going to waste time. I'm at that age where I don't need to waste time, and I am single. Yeah. Have I went out with anybody? Nope. Do I want to? Maybe. But I'm not going to jump at it. I'm not going to kiss nobody's ass, and I'm not going to chase nobody. If somebody approaches me and asks me on a date, and I think he's cool and I can vibe with him, then I'll probably go out on a date. I'm not going to say no to everybody, but I'm not going to give it up to everybody either. Because my energy is my personal energy, and it's sacred to me. And my vagina is sacred to me. So I'm not just going to give it up to anybody. And so I think it's important for all women to feel that way. I think all women should respect themselves and have some kind of dignity, because at the end of the day, the guy can feed you all the BS. The same for the guys. Girls can feed you all the BS, and at the end of the day, I got to look at myself in the mirror. I got to deal with me the next day or that day or the next day, and I don't want to go through guilt. I don't want to feel ashamed of myself. I don't want to feel how stupid I was. I gave in to this person and blah, 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 blah. Women do this, and I'm sure men do this, but what I'm trying to tell you basically is that I don't like regretting things, so I try to avoid as much regret in situations that I put myself into. I try not to put myself in so many situations where I'm going to regret it. I try to I think about things. I just don't jump into anything, especially now. Now I've had people ask me out and stuff like that, and I'll go out to the store, go get some food and stuff like that. But as far as sexual, nothing, nothing. I'm waiting for the right one, and I don't know. It's when God says, and when God sends the right one to me, and that'll be it. You know what I mean? And I'll know. And for now, I'm cool. I'm relaxing. I'm enjoying myself. I'm exploring myself in different ways, and mentally, spiritually, physically. I'm just enjoying getting to know myself again, and it's awesome. And I can finally say that I love myself. I could not say that for the longest time. I was always ashamed of myself, ashamed of my body, because I could never be a size 1. I mean, I could be if I wanted to, but I don't want to. It's not me, because I love to eat. But maybe do I need to eat a little better? Of course. Who doesn't? Do I need to stop drinking so much soda? Of course, man. But it's my favorite thing to do is drink soda and chips and candy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like a little kid. There's things that I know I gotta change, and I'm working on it little by little. It's gonna take some time, but basically I wanted to let loose, and I didn't let my hair down, but I wanted to let loose and let you know another side of me. People don't know. There's so many sides to me. So many. I won't say personalities, but I am who I feel that day. I'm a chameleon. I'm a explorer, like Dora the Explorer. I'm what I want to be that day, at that moment, at that time. I'm not acting. It's real. It's who I am. It's one of my emotions. Whatever emotions I feel that day, I'm going to be. People might call it different personalities. I don't give a shit. But I'm not diagnosed like that, because I've already been to a psychiatrist to see about depression, and all they think is that I have like a slight depression situation. I'm not even bipolar. For the longest time, somebody lied to me, told me I was a bipolar person, and I'm not, which is nice to hear. But also, it's because of God. It's because I prayed for healing, mental, spiritually, emotionally, all these wounds. I have prayed, and I believe that Jesus healed me. I believe I've been healed. Just like I can believe anybody can have the same situation happen for themselves. So, on that note, I think I said a lot today. I didn't expect to talk so long on this night. But half my clothes are donated to me, too. Like, this was donated to me today. I put it on. I did my hair today by myself. Maybe I should go to a hairstylist, a real hairstylist, and stop acting like I think I know. And so basically everything that you see is me doing it myself, experimenting, because I really don't know much about makeup. I'm really a little bit of a plain Jane. put the ponytail up, put the hair up, a little bit of mascara, a little lip gloss, lip stick, or whatever, and let's go. You know what I mean? I like being simple. Not simple, but natural. There you go. Today I have a little more makeup. I experimented today with a little bit of makeup because the holidays are coming and I might be going to certain dinners and certain places. So I'm trying out little outfits and trying little ideas of what I'm going to wear if I go out, you know, around this new town that I'm living in. New people, new beginning, new people. And I'm going to enjoy the holidays because it's going to be probably my first holiday without being single and just being me. First holidays. So with that, I'll leave that with you guys and let you know. I know I didn't speak no fucking 2 hours. No, it's 20 minutes. I need a cheater or reading glasses. So anyways, with that, have a good evening or good night. And I don't know if this inspired you or not. Maybe you'll look at me in a different way. I really don't care. But just a FYI to let people know. There's all different types of people in this world, you know. You just can't sit there and believe what people tell you about people. I really don't care, but something tells me that it's nice for people to see different sides of a person that they misjudged. Anyways, have a great night. Peace out. Peace out. And my hands are red for painting. And shalom. Have a good night. God bless you, man.